Good morning. My name is Cezanne Shannon, and I will be your instructor for the math courses, the summer math courses, modeling and basic statistics. This video will just cover the basics. I am teaching both Math 1523 and Math 1525. Things are the same, so I'll show one class, but both of you guys will get the video, so both groups will know how to navigate the course. Just know that even if this is not your specific class, the course navigation is the same. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're watching this video, obviously you already know how to get into your Canvas, your class. Computer's running a little slow this morning. We're going to switch to student view so that we see here what you see. Come on. All right, while that's loading up, let's go ahead and look over here at our navigation. When you log in, you will be able to see all of this here. You'll see announcements, modules, Connect Math. We don't have any discussions. You only have, well, you have one discussion. Your first discussion is just your introduction. And then your grades. These are going to be the top things that you need over here: announcements, modules, Connect Math, and your grades. So when you click on modules, takes you here. Oh, let me make sure I'm in student view, so you don't see all the extra stuff. It takes you over here. Your modules will be where you will find your readings and your videos. Okay, so if you go down to our first module, it's a lot of other resources here too that you can go through. But if you go to your first module, it'll be over chapter 5. There we go. Sorry, my computer's just waking up. All right, it'll be over chapter 5. Once you click in here, this is where you will find your notes and your videos. So my suggestion to you is to go through and download all the notes. So when you click here, they will automatically download. And then you can open them up and print them all off. If you're a paper pencil person, you can print them all off. If you have an iPad that you can write on, that works too. Download them to your iPad so that you can follow along, because each set of notes goes with the lecture found here. So I'm not going to press play here, but when you press play, it'll play the video. It'll open up in another screen. It's from YouTube, so I'm going to go ahead and press it. You can watch it here, or you can open up in full screen or go to YouTube and watch it. Either way it goes, these notes follow the videos to a T. All right. So if you hit next, it'll explain to you your activities for chapter 5. So all of your homework, quizzes, and tests will be in what's called Connect Math. So let's go there now. And that's so after you watch your note, print your notes, write your notes, follow the video, you'll go over here to Connect Math. And it'll get you started. Actually, okay. I'm just going to open it up in a separate screen because I think that me doing it this way will make it look like I'm a student and take us on another route. Let's just open it up this way so that you can see it. So yours will look like mine once you put all your information in and open it up. Okay, these are all your assignments for the course. Chapter 5, Chapter 8, Chapter 6, which is very hefty. So give yourself plenty of time for Chapter 6. Same with Chapter 7. It's a little shorter, but it's a lot of work in those assignments. So you want to make sure you give yourself time for them. Chapter 11, and then you have your final. So each section will have a quiz, and then you'll see some tests are combined. Because Chapter 5 is so short, I combined Chapter 5 and Chapter 8 together for your first exam. So you want to make it through the homework, and make it through the quiz, and you want to go in order because some of the things that you learned, and I know it says Chapter 8 and Chapter 6, but some of the things you need to do in Chapter 6, you have to know what's going on in Chapter 8 first, which is why we set it up that way. All right, so let's just take a look at how the assignments will look. Once you open it up, you'll click Start Assignment Now. All right, so here are the different questions that you'll have to answer. You'll see how many questions you have to answer here. Let's just go back. And then along this pane will be different things that you can use. If you hit solve it, they're going to give you another, they're going to tell you how to solve it, and then it'll give you another problem. So it tells you that you lose your attempt on this current question. Okay, so then it tells you what the answer is. If you hit guided solution, it'll walk you through how to solve the problem. Okay, so give you the notes or the little hints, and then you'll hit next part, and then it'll have you solve it here. So, and then check answer. Okay, and it guided you through how to solve it, but you don't get points for that. I always suggest using show example, because show example opens up an example in another screen, allowing you to go back to your original problem. So let's just look at number 2 since we already. Okay, if I hit show example, it's going to show me in another screen. And then when I go back here, instead of losing the points for that, I still get the points for that. So notice this first one was marked wrong because we used the solve it problem, the solve it key. And then the second one was marked right when I used the show example because it opened up an example in the other book, in the others tab. All right, the next one is linked to textbook. So as you know, this is all online. So if you have a question on a specific problem, it'll take you directly to the online book here. Okay, and then you can solve the questions from here. These notes the notes that we work on in videos come directly from the book, so everything ties back together. Then you have Ask My Instructor. If you have used all, you've done what you can, okay, you don't understand what's going on, using this button is the easiest way for me to see the exact problem that you're working on instead of trying to screenshot it or text me or email me the type of question. If you're struggling on the question, so we go to number 3. We get to number 3. We don't know what the opposite of -10 is. We hit Ask My Instructor. Okay, you can send a little message. Hey, Miss Shannon. Oh, can't type this morning. Can you help me? Okay, and that's what I will see. I will see that along with the message. Along with the question. And that way, what I usually do is I open it up on my iPad or on my cell phone, and I'm able to write on the actual problem. Like I make it a screenshot, I write on the problem, and I send it back to you with an explanation typed up in the email. So that's the best way to go. And then you can print things off, which you probably won't need to do. All right, let's go back to this screen. Notice we do have the due dates here. Okay. I need to change the start due date because it wasn't June 30th. Not that it really matters. But anyways, you'll see that you have some assignments are due July 24th. Okay, and I have them set to July 24th through chapter 6. And then 7, 11, and the final will be due at the end of the semester. So I did that because I want you to be able to work at your own pace, but I also want you to have deadlines so that you don't wait till the end to try to do everything. Like I said, chapter 6 is very heavy, so you want to give yourself plenty of time to work through chapter 6. Chapter 5 and chapter 8, you'll probably breeze right through, but chapter 6 is when it gets fun, okay? So when it closes, it closes. It's not opening back up. So you want to make sure that you meet that deadline and have 5, 8, and 6 homework, quizzes, and tests all complete by July 24th. Okay, that leaves you plenty of time to work through chapter 7 and chapter 11 by the end of the course. Okay, that's it mostly for this screen. Your ebook is here. Once again, you can also get to your ebook from the problem. Like I said, if you had any questions on specific questions, it'll take you directly to that section. This shows you the whole book, okay? And we don't In this course, we don't go through all of these chapters, so you'll have to remember what chapter you're looking for, click on it, remember what section, click on it. But if you have a question on just a specific question, I would just use the link to textbook link here. All right, so let's go back to our Canvas. So that's it for that really. Once you've completed your assignments, you go on to your next chapter, your next module. So for example, your next module here is chapter 8. You will download your notes, watch your videos, and just repeat the cycle again. I am available via Zoom. We can set up an appointment. All you have to do is email me, say, hey, I'm really not understanding this section. Can we do a Zoom? And I'll say, yes, of course, and we'll set up an appointment time for you to meet me via Zoom. Here you'll see your grades. Your grades come directly from Connect Math. You do have this one discussion, but there is no points for that. So you're doing it just to meet your classmates and to, get acclimated with me. But your Connect Math score will come directly from Connect Math. Now, let me remind you, your score, so say you've done chapter 5, okay? You've done chapter 5 and you got an A on it, okay? So right now your grade looks like an A. If you do not do chapter 8, chapter 6, chapter 7, chapter 11, and take the final, your grade will no longer be an A. When everything closes, those all become zeros, okay? So your grade is only your grade if you are keeping up with the assignments, if that makes sense. So make sure that you're working through. I had students last semester who are like, I had an A and then it turned to a D. Well, yes, because the assignments closed on July 24th. I mean, for example, for you guys, it'll close on July 24th, and then everything becomes zeros that were not done by July 24th. So then that's calculated into that A that you had from doing chapter 5. It's no longer an A because you didn't complete the assignments. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you're pacing yourself. My suggestion would be to get a planner and set your own due dates. Only you know how you work, okay? So I would set my own due dates. Chapter 5, I want to have done by the first Saturday. Chapter 8, I want to have done by the second Saturday. And then chapter 6, I'll spend most of my time on because it's the heaviest part, okay? Technically, 5 and 8 are pretty breezy that you should be able to finish both of those in 1 week or a week and a half at the most, and then focus the rest of your attention up to July 24th on chapter 6. Okay, and then you can work ahead. If you finish chapter 6 by July 16th, then keep working because all of this is open. It's all open. It just closes on certain due dates. Okay. All right, so that's the most important thing is just keeping up with your due dates, being organized, getting your readings in, watching your videos, and making sure that you are completing the assignments, quizzes, and tests. I will update you weekly on where you should be via the announcements, okay? So you will get announcements weekly about where you should be, but it's ultimately up to you to complete this course by those due dates. All right, so that's all I have for you guys. I'm looking forward to working with you guys this year. I guess I didn't do a brief introduction, but I have been at Panhandle for 4 years now. I was full-time there before we moved to Texas. I now live in Texas with my family, 3 kids and a husband. So we live in Texas now, so I just teach online. But I love teaching here. I love these courses. I've taught them for many years, and I always find that students realize things in this course that they really do use in the real world. I mean, it's called Math in the Real World, and a lot of students are like, well, when are we going to use this? You'll see that there are a lot of things in this course that you will be able to use in your real world. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to this semester with you guys. Take care.